I've been using a free open source software to make beats that are so interesting with such compelling sounds that I can write entire songs without needing chords. The software I'm using is called VCV Rack, and it's a free modular synth simulator. Modular synthesis is a way of making music where you take a raw sound like this and shape it using a bunch of these little baby modules until you get cool results like this. Or this. I've linked some tutorials in the description that will show you how to install VCV Rack and get started, but for now, here's what I've been doing with it. So here we are in VCV Rack. I have a mixer and an output that sends everything I make in this program to my DAW so I can record it. I'm going to add my first module, which is this drum module called Trummer 2. It's an oscillator that makes drum sounds. I'll plug it into the mixer and then add a second module called Gnome, which is a clock. Basically, it tells my drum module when to make a sound. So if I plug the 16th note hole into this gate hole on my drum module, you can hear drums play 16th notes. If I plug into this other gate hole, it sounds like a hi-hat. I'll make it louder and increase the decay so the sound lasts longer. Now I want to make the rhythm more interesting. I'd like to get some rhythmic variety instead of just straight 16th notes for everything. It'd be really cool if I could randomize the rhythm somehow. Well, in the world of modular synthesis, there are lots of cool ways to create randomness. One is to use noise to control other sounds. So if I add this module called Utilities, which can generate noise, I can send noise to other stuff. First, I'll just send it to the mixer so you can hear what the noise sounds like. It's just noise. And it sounds like noise to us because there's no discernible pattern to latch onto. If I plug the noise straight into the drums, it sounds pretty unhinged. But there's this cool module called Flux that lets me combine the 16th note clock with the noise to tame the chaos and quantize to random 16th notes. If I plug this into the drums, we get some nice variety in the pattern. And if I click this switch, the kicks happen more frequently. Okay, so to review, we have drums going into the mixer and then out to my DAW. The kick is being controlled by a 16th note pulse that I randomized using noise. Now I'd like the hi-hat to have a more predictable rhythm to contrast the unpredictable kick. So I'm going to use this VCO module to send a repetitive signal to Flux to trigger the hi-hat. So here's what the repetitive signal sounds like. It's a predictable square wave. And here's what it sounds like when I use it in combination with the 16th note clock to trigger the hi-hat. So now we've got the groove. Let's make it sound cooler. I'm going to take two distortion modules and run the kick into this one and the hi-hat into this one. Now I'm going to use the noise signal to control the pitch of the kick. And for my final step, I'm going to send everything through a reverb module called Plateau and keep randomizing the parameters until I get something cool. I'm going to record this in Reaper while twisting knobs and experimenting to get organic motion in the sound. a track I put together using mostly stuff I generated in VCV Rack. Don't get me wrong, I obviously love chords, and it wouldn't hurt to put chords in a piece like this, but I wanted to try writing in a new way, and one of the best ways to write in a new way, as an exercise, is to take away something that you normally rely on when you're writing music, and see what happens when you have to fill that massive hole. And if you'd like to learn more new ways to approach songwriting, you might like my course, Getting Songs Done, which is full of fresh approaches to starting, developing, and finishing songs. I hope you have a great time. Till next time.